Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. In part one of my presentation, we learned the value and importance of the first unit, the essence of unit. You knit the bonds and the contacts with the unit, and these form your roots which give you strength and confidence. Strength and confidence to face the odds, to face the situations. And with this backup of the strength of the roots you have, you take hard decisions, difficult decisions in those situations and emerge as a winner. And we also saluted our first three CEOs and the ladies behind them. And I also covered my journey from my childhood till the time I joined the Ninos. Well, in part two of the presentation, we'll cover the tenure at Deolani under Lieutenant Colonel R.P. Singh, a great leader, dynamic leader, a motivator, and a hard taskmaster, ideally suited for a new raising. Well, the regiment was raised on 15th of April at Mathura, and it was shifted to Deolani after completion of 1965 operations. It was located in the heart of School of Artillery, in the hassle of the School of Artillery courses, and with the surroundings, beautiful surroundings of Deolani ranges, Barnes School, market on one side, and wonderful location we had. Well, Colonel RP's focus was man behind the gun, which matters us the most. So it was man management, motivation and morale were his priorities. And he wanted to see all soldiers physically and mentally robust. Physically, all ranks of the unit took part in PT and games regularly. Then we participated in our battery championship with wholeheartedly, and they were full of josh. Captain Tambe and myself used to take all the sportsmen of the unit, basically all athletes and prominent sportsmen, and the boxers around Deolani early in the morning. Our sportsmen did extremely well, or did perform extremely well, and for 2 consecutive years, 1966 and 67, we got School of Artillery Brigade Championship. The regiment also organized route marches and the navigational exercises in Deolani ranges. As far as mental robustness was concerned, Mandir parades were regular, well participated, and gun puja, of course, as often opportunities existed, and all functions and festivals were very well participated and full of fun and enjoyment. So these were, and one thing I wanted to say is Dussehra festival. That festival had a specialty of Shastra Puja that we used to perform very well. Here I have a photograph showing Colonel R.P. Singh sitting with his son, young Harsha, and doing puja for Dussehra Day. And a photograph. Man management and career planning was given a special attention. Management of each man was done meticulously. The career planning charts were prepared by each battery for every individual, covering details of the courses, leave planning, promotion, etc. All possible details. That was a great concern. Then we had welfare meets. For welfare, meets were conducted by Mrs. R.P. Singh and the ladies of the unit. We also had a drill of writing letters. In the afternoons, we wrote letters to the DCs and SPs based on various requests of our men, so that their problems at home could be sorted out by our letters addressed to the DCs and SPs. They worked very well. Inspections. We had a number of inspections, CO's inspection, annual inspections. Inspections were great informative. We learned the nuts and bolts, the details of entitlement, of equipment, of our men, material. So they were very educative. I'll make a mention about the professionalism. Colonel RP focused on the basics of the gunnery. Everyone must know. All men, officers, JSUs and Jawans. We all did gun drill. And we all took part in our respective trade-wise training, command post exercises, other trades training. That used to be quite informative. I was made in charge of a gun, a vehicle, and a radio set 62. And I was tested by the commanding officer after 1 month. I passed the test. That was requirement. Then, talking of colors, at Mathura we didn't have any colors. We used to gun drill on the charpais. And as a regiment moved to Deolali, we had 3.7-inch howitzer and also 25-pounder gun to do our gun drill to start with. And subsequently, we got 75/24 mm gun made in India. We also had the privilege, the honor, facility of firing different guns on the School of Artillery ranges for whenever going for the range details. Then the regiment also participated in firepower demonstrations being given to the schools, various courses, and also the dignitaries visiting the School of Artillery. We, the regiment, the CO, paid special focus on serviceability and the maintenance of equipment. The famous were dangri drills. We all turned out into dangaris, all officers, JSOs and Jawans, and did meticulous maintenance of our guns and equipment. That was very famous and was really appreciated to know the details of the equipment and its maintenance. Next I come to the opulent. 90 Mountain Regiment had its operational role in the deserts, part of 12 infantry divisions, cut deep, cut hard division. Once in a year we used to move to the ranges and to the deserts. It was 2-night halt journey. We used to drive from Deolali to the deserts and route officers and JSOs that did training and driving. Everyone drove vehicles with efficient co-drivers. And I also recall Amul looking after us, giving milk to our regiment during our stays next to them. Exercise with the troops is concerned. Well, our GOC was General Jacob, Major General Jacob of 12 Infantry Division, and the regiment was affiliated to 322 Infantry Brigade, which had BM Major Ojla, who retired as a Lieutenant General from artillery. He was a brigade major. And exercises were basically moving on thrusts, different thrusts, night navigation. Well, it's a capture or investment of a nodal point. It's a get learning, it was a get learning exercise of the troops. I had a lot of learning from, because I was IO to my CEO, Colonel Anup Singh. And this appointment gave me a lot of education and learning. Well, ladies and gentlemen, now I come to social life. Social life in School of Artillery, with all the courses and the headquarters of Arty School and the affiliated units. It was a wonderful social life in the station. And on all weekends, we had social gathering at the Temple Hill Institute. This institute conducted things very well, and we all participated in these social gatherings and social parties on different occasions. Very well. Well, as far as social life of the units is concerned, our functions in the unit mess, mostly dining in, dining out, and special functions on occasions. They were planned very well, they were coordinated very well, and they were full of fun and entertainment. We had wonderful relations amongst our unit officers and the families, frequent interactions, and meeting on different occasions. As far as mess functions are concerned, they were very lively. I recall CEO singing, "Ai mere zohre zabi, abhi tak tu hai hasi, main aur jawan, tujh pe qurban meri jaan, meri jaan." So, Mrs. Tyagi was the nightingale of 90 Mountain Regiment. She was a ghazal queen of the unit. I recall two ghazals. हर सितम पर वफा गवारा है, अरे इतना कह भी दे कि तू हमारा है, आलम इश्क में न जाने क्यों मैंने अक्सर तुझे पुकारा है, इतना कह दे कि तू हमारा है. Another ghazal, very famous, she used to sing. मुझ पे तोहमत न रख, मुझ पे तोहमत न रख, मैं शराबी नहीं, वो नज़र से पिलाए तो मैं क्या करूं, मेरी बेचारगी मेरा दीवानापन उनको पागल बनाए. So Mrs. Tyagi's two ghazals. Then other day, when I was listening to this program, Indian Idol, I got a call from Mrs. Tambe. She said, "Anup," I said, "Yes, ma'am. Do you remember that you sang this song, which is being played now on Indian Idol during a dining-in ceremony at the Mess Deolali?" Yes, I recall. It was "वो जब याद आए, बहुत याद आए, गमे जिंदगी के अंधेरे में हमने चिरागे मोहब्बत जलाए बुझाए." Yeah, I was recently engaged, and I sang this song full of sentiments and feelings. Another thing which reminds me of is giving a musical farewell to the officers going on postings from 90 Mountain Regiment. Well, the rail timings, the train left early in the morning, 4 o'clock, from railway station, Deolali, and we used to go there for the farewell to the parting couple, a parting officer. Major S.Y. Rege, he was full of life and he organized always a counter there with his gramophones, with his instruments, and wo tawe wala baja basically. And we used to sing for quite a time and give basically a musical tribute to the parting officer or officer's family. Our regimental song, which we used to sing end of the party, was Abhi na jao chhod ke dil abhi bhara nahi. Abhi abhi to aaye ho bahar ban ke shaaye ho. So these are some memories of Deolali. During this part, this judgment, I have tried to share a number of things with you. And I thank very much R.V. Subramaniam and Preeti Major Tambe for their contributions to me. Well, RP was posted as I mentioned to you, AQ of FOCO, Tejpur. At that time, the unit scenario was like this. Major S.B. Singh had come to the unit. He took over as a battery commander of 903 Romeo Battery. And later on, he took over as a 2IC of the unit. And now, with posting of Colonel R.P. Singh, he took over as a commanding officer of 90 Mountain Regiment. Move of the unit had come to Lohitpur, an uncongenial area in Nifa, part of 2 Mountain Artillery Brigade. The regiment was affiliated to 82 Mountain Brigade of 2 Div. So now was the task of moving from peace to field, peace area to field uncongenial area in Nifa, under the leadership of Lieutenant Colonel S.B. Singh. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we come to end of part 1, part 2, and in part 3 we'll see the tenure under Lieutenant Colonel S.B. Singh, that's part 3, at Lohitpur and 82 Mountain Brigade sector. With this, I come to end of part 2. Jai Hind.